Hey fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from Southern Nevada. Yes, and yeah, you already know what the topic is if you watched my last video. If you haven't, you gotta get caught up or else you're gonna be totally lost. So, there we go, as promised. I know I just took you guys through Las Vegas. For me it's only been a few minutes, for you guys it's probably been a few days. We are now in Jean, Nevada, which is about halfway between Las Vegas itself and the state line, the California-Nevada state line, where there's some more casinos. So here in Jean, Nevada, we got the Terrible's Hotel Casino, which used to be, what did that used to be? The Gold Strike. Yeah, that's right, the Gold Strike. A long time ago. Now the whole thing is closed. They're going to be, I've got some history on that, but on the other side is Terrible's gas station, which is the largest Chevron in the world, which it's a pretty big Chevron. It's the largest gas station I've seen until I saw Buc-ee's, but y'all know how I feel about Buc-ee's. But yeah, inside that place, man, it's a huge store. It's got just about everything you can think of. Tons of candy, like any kind of candy you could possibly imagine. So anyways, this hotel, I've stayed at this hotel a number of times. It was a cheap hotel back in the day when I was living in Southern California and planning on moving out here to Las Vegas. I would stay out here because it's not far from Vegas, but it was so cheap. It was only like 20 bucks a night. It's a decent hotel, you know, with casino in it and everything, you know. So yeah, just stay there overnight and, you know, 20 minutes and you're in Vegas. So why not? Sure beats the rest of it. I wasn't making a lot of money back then. That was right before my telecom career, so I was still waiting tables. Anyway, so yeah, now we got some more desert here coming up, and then we will hit Stateline, casinos that I've also stayed at multiple times. I have a good story about one of those casinos too in a moment when we get there. So, all right, when the shit hits the fan, make lemonade. That was the topic of the video. It's the topic of this video, but there's an asterisk next to it for a reason. So let me tell you what was going on. So y'all know that I went on vacation. I flew out to Malta, came back. I had some additional time off because as soon as I came back from Malta, like literally the very next day after landing, I went ahead and had my wisdom tooth extracted, one of them. You know, I had the perfect trifecta, all my wisdom teeth. I still have my tonsils, still have my pancreas, but one of my wisdom teeth was starting to give me some trouble. So I went ahead and had them pull it. Whew, not fun at all. Hated that. But it all worked out with the plan is, you know, do that. You know, I flew back early in the week, get the wisdom tooth extracted, you know, go to the chiropractor, all that good stuff, and then mosey on down to Laredo, where the agency that I generally haul freight for out of there, hopefully they will have a Laredo to Southern California load for me to pick up. Well, when I landed, I called them, checked on it, and unfortunately they did not get the load that week. Ooh, a little windy. They did not get the load that week going to Southern California. So, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. And I don't remember if I mentioned it on the other. I think I mentioned it on the Trucking Economics 101 video. I mentioned that they're not going to end up getting those loads anymore. They're going on rail car. So, but we were hoping that this might be the last one I got, but they didn't get it. But that's all right. They had another load going out to the southeast, right? The only difference it was a day later. So the Laredo to SoCal load normally picks up on Saturday, sometimes Sunday, depending on when the border crossing happens. Whereas this one was coming in Sunday, possibly Monday. So it's okay. It's a day later, not a big deal. Whatever. All right, we're fine. So I did head on, straight on down there, and they gave me a call. I'm almost I said, well, so the trailer's at the border, but it stopped at customs. Just let me get over here. That's usually a pretty good hint right there. Somebody, if I'm going 75 and somebody blows by me on the right, yeah, time to get over. Anyways, so yeah, he says, yeah, it's been held at customs, probably a paperwork issue. It'll probably be ready by noon Monday morning. Monday morning, noon at the latest. Everything should be fine. All right, good. So Monday morning, call them, check status. Hey, how's everything going? Everything going all right? No, it's not going all right. Customs rejected it for an unknown reason. I don't know. They're not going to tell me, obviously. But customs rejected it. Had to go all the way back to the shipper and come back, which means it's not going to be back until at least Wednesday. Now, I already had 2 loads stacked up behind this one. Like, that's not going to work. I don't want to sit around for 3 more days here, and plus have to cancel these loads, which I ended up having to do anyway. I said, let me look around, see if I can find something else. And they were totally cool with that. Like, yeah, take your time, do what you need to do. If you still want this load, it's yours. If you need to cancel because you get another load, then yeah, go. We totally understand. We're fine with that. All right, cool. So I started looking at other loads, and sure enough, nothing. This load's crap. That load's crap. Low paying. This doesn't work out. That doesn't work out. Whatever. Lots of reasons and excuses, and there's not a lot of loads to choose from anyway. And so then I refreshed the page, and just as I did that, here's a load. Oh yeah, here's my lemonade load right here. Oh yeah. This load, going from Laredo, live load, going up to northern Nevada, pays so well that it paid for all of my downtime, and at a good rate. So all the downtime that I'd experienced over the whole weekend, Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday, and this picked up later on that day, Monday, paid for all of that, delivered on Thursday, early afternoon, and paid for all of Thursday as well. I'm like, yes, perfect. Then I can get a load out of there on Friday, and woohoo, Bob's your uncle. Everything's great. Oh yeah. So, grab the load, on my way. Everything's perfect. I'm so happy to be out of Reno at that point because, get this, it was like 115, 120 degrees in Dallas and Laredo. It was so hot, my APU was shutting down because it was overheating. Yeah, I had to idle the truck a lot, man, down there. So I was just so glad to be out of there and heading north to some cooler weather. So I get up there, I make my delivery, but I then realized that, yeah, it was lemonade, kind of. It was lemonade, but they forgot to add the sugar to this lemonade. This lemonade is sour. Why? Well, if you're into dry van hauling, you probably already know why. Nothing comes out of or very little comes out of Reno and in northern Nevada. Stuff goes in, but not a lot of stuff goes out. The only stuff that was going out, the only loads that I could find were going to dead zones, like way up in the northeast of Washington State or Utah, or Denver. There was a couple that were going to Denver, and those are absolute dead zones. You get there, and you're not getting anything. And these were loads that were picking up, Thursday or Friday and delivering on Friday because they're so close. And they're delivering on Friday evening, and then you're sitting all weekend long. Or some of them were, oh boy, I passed again. I want to show you guys this. Here we are at Stateline here. So yeah, let me get on over. I want to show you this at Stateline. these are dead zones, or they were delivering on Monday but only paying for, you know, delivery on Friday. So either way, sitting over the weekend, they were no good. So I was stuck there. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And we're gonna continue that in 1 second because I got another story. All right, so we're passing. There's 3 hotels here, hotel casinos, all under the same ownership. See, this is why I don't get over again, because now we're going against the small truck. But you see, there's a roller coaster there at Buffalo Bills on the left-hand side. Okay, so on the left-hand side there's Buffalo Bills and Prima Donna. On the right-hand side there's Whiskey Pete's, all owned by the same company. And I've stayed at Buffalo Bills so many times for reasons. A long story there. But they got a roller coaster, which is really cool, and it was always part of a group deal. So we always used to get not only our rooms, we get gambling credits, and we get free roller coaster rides, or vouchers at least for the roller coaster. Well, one thing neat about this roller coaster is if there's any kind of a wind at all. Now, if it's too windy, they won't run it. But if there's any kind of a wind, like a light breeze, well, they won't run it unless it's full. They need a certain amount of people on it, at least. It doesn't have to be completely full, but they want a certain amount of people on it, a certain amount of weight. All right, why are we slowing down here? What's going on? We're gonna have the California border check here in a moment. So anyways, came out here one year for New Year's, and we were in Vegas, and they were imploding the Hacienda Hotel as part of the New Year's celebration. And they were doing it at 9 p.m. Pacific because it was on the whole Dick Clark special with them dropping the apple in New York and all that stuff. So it had to be at midnight Eastern time. So it was at 9 o'clock Pacific time. And so we're there. We did the whole countdown. We got to see in person the Hacienda imploding. It was awesome. Fantastic. We stuck around, did a little bit of gambling, and they're like, all right, what are we going to do now? It's not even midnight yet. I'm like, let's head back to the hotel. So we drive back out here, you know, because we wanted to, you know, we knew we had to make it back to the hotel, but we wanted to do some drinking. But we weren't going to do some drinking, you know, and then make this long drive. That just would not be responsible. So I come back here, do some drinking. I did a little bit of drinking, but we were like, you know, let's do the roller coaster. We still have, you know, a little bit to go. Slight breeze. So we got to roll on the roller coaster again and again and again, and now we're approaching midnight, and we're like, all right, we're approaching midnight. We know they're gonna have a fireworks display. Let's go ahead and get off the roller coaster. We can go watch the fireworks display, grab us a drink real quick, and bring in the new year. Well, the ride operator stopped us and said, hey, hold on a moment. Before you go, we know exactly how long it takes to get to the very top of this roller coaster. Very, very top. We can time it and even lead the countdown so you are there at midnight. We're like, oh, yeah, we want to do this. So sure enough, we get up there, and we're going off, you know, click, all the way up. And this is a tall roller coaster too, with a near vertical drop. The drop, it goes so far down, it actually goes underground into a tunnel. Fun roller coaster. So we're starting to go up there, clack, 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 and we start to hear them in the background. 10, 9, 8. So we're chanting, we're doing the countdown, and we're getting up to the top. 1. Happy New Year! We start screaming at the top of our lungs on the way down, and fireworks are shooting off all around us during the entire ride. That's a pretty lengthy ride. It's like a 4-minute ride or so for a roller coaster. It's pretty long. And yeah, fireworks going off literally all around us. It was by far the best New Year's I have ever had. You know, those two adventures or stories to tell all in one night. Oh, it was so great. And of course, then we got off the roller coaster and got our drinks and got blasted. So anyway, all right, back to the story. So here I am in Reno, actually outside of Reno, Thursday, and have nothing. I'm like, oh man. So I went ahead and deadheaded to Reno, at least to get closer to getting some, to some loads, because that's where the loads were coming out of. And Friday, I sat. Popo. I ain't afraid no popo. And I was just, all the loads were just either bad loads, cheap freight, or they were snagged up so fast, it was just unbelievable. And I just was not getting anything until finally I decided, I need to widen my horizons here, or else I'm going to be sitting all weekend. I'm looking at options. Do I deadhead to California? Do I deadhead to Vegas? Vegas isn't exactly known for being a hot spot either, but I'll at least check out and see what they got. So I'm doing it all. I set up Vegas first. I set up the alert, the load alert. And I'm in the process of setting up Southern California when, boom, I get an alert. Like, ooh, look at this. Trade show coming out of Vegas, going all the way across the country to the other coast. And it pays well. It pays for all my sitting that I'd be doing. It doesn't pick up until Monday. Okay? But it pays for all the sitting. So, yeah, this is good. Somebody finally brought some sugar to this lemonade party. Yes! All right. We're back on track. We're not letting this shit hit the fan. No. We got our lemonade. Everything's fine. All right. So this is California. We are exiting the country of the United States of America, entering the country of California. So anyways, so I went ahead and took Saturday, deadheaded all the way down to Vegas. Scorching hot, having to idle and all that stuff. Once I got here, had to get a 34-hour reset out of the way in order to do the cross-country deal. So got that taken care of on Sunday. Monday morning, the agent tells me, all right, be there at 6 a.m. Between 6 and 7, they'll get you loaded right up. I've been in contact with the customer. They will be ready to go. Everything's great, not a problem at all. There you go. So this morning I get there to the address that's on the freight bills. And like, oh, we don't open until 7. So at 7 o'clock, go ahead and line on up over here, get checked in. All right, no problem. So I do that. It's like 7:15 by the time I get to the front of the line, and they say, hold on, I gotta see which lane I'm going into because I am empty. Usually this lane over here on the left. So as I get there and they're like, I check in, they're like, oh no, you need to be at the marshalling yard. This is a marshaled load. So that is down the road about 10 minutes away from here. I'm like, great. Now I'm behind. And now I'm behind all, everybody else because I was supposed to be there early. And they're marshalling us, which, if you don't know, marshalling basically means putting us all in one yard until they're ready at a busier location where they don't have as much space. And then they'll tell us where to go, and then we dock and we go. All right? So I get to the marshalling yard, stand in line there, and give my information, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. After 2.5 hours, I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, there's some kind of hold going on over there. They're just too busy, blah, 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 blah. All right. At this point, it's like nothing I can do but wait. Wait for the convention center people. Then it's Monday, so I had no idea I'd be going to the convention center. So, yeah, it's not great. Let me go into this lane here. Oh, I'm gonna pause you guys. Alright, that was not the weigh station, that was the agricultural check. And pull up there and go, papers please. Going into a foreign country, I guess. I know I joke around a lot from that. Anyways, I just told him I was empty. I'm like, alright, move on. Now we're going to go through the weigh station. Where was I? So anyways, so yeah, I ended up waiting there forever and ever. Finally got the phone call. And again, having to idle the truck because it's too hot for the APU to be running. Get the phone call, they're like, okay, you're going to be going to the convention center, go to this place, here's the directions, blah, 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 blah. So I get there. Yeah, of course I don't get the bypass. So anyways, I get there, and they're just, it was just nuts. It was a madhouse there. Like, all right, yeah, we got you, no problem, everything will be fine. We'll get you loaded up, but we need you to stage first. So go ahead and pull on over here and park it. We'll come and get you when we're ready for you. So I do that, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm more waiting. You know, now it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, and finally they come and get me. They're like, all right, go ahead and pull into the dock over here. All right, cool. Pull into the dock, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, they come up to me and they say, sorry, we don't need you. I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? Yep, we don't need you. Apparently, the customer had ordered 3 trucks, because it took them 3 truckloads to get the stuff out here. So they ordered 3 trucks to get the stuff back, but apparently they were able to fit everything very easily and comfortably into 2 trucks. And I was the 3rd truck. So they have nothing for me. So that sugar ended up being, what, flour, I guess you could say. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, that's permit loads over there. I got the green arrow for this load, so can go over to the left, which is odd. All right, whatever. So anyways, so yeah. So now, of course, by that time, all the agents are closed. Here it's Monday. It's like, what do I do now? Now what do I do? My whole Monday has been wasted, and I don't know what to do. I look for loads in Vegas. There are no loads in Vegas at all for any date. Nothing coming out of Vegas. Probably next Monday, more trade shows coming out, but nothing else coming out at all. I can't believe it. So I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? I look for loads in SoCal, and there are loads coming out of SoCal. There are always loads coming out of Southern California. And so I'm making the executive decision. I don't have a load yet because, again, all the agents were closed. So I'm just going to head on down there. I'm going to park it down there. I'm going to park it in Barstow. I'm not going to make it all the way to Ontario because that's paid parking. But Barstow is good. They got good facilities, lots of parking there. It's free. It's very close to all the stuff that's going out. That way I can make it to Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario, Victorville, Moreno Valley. Loads are always coming out of those areas. So that is where I'm headed right now. So far, this whole thing, when the shit hits the fan, make lemonade. You know what? Here's the thing. This is trucking, people. And especially trucking in a down economy. It's tough, you know. All you can do is try to make lemonade. That's all you can really do. Sometimes the ingredients don't work out. That's all right. I just poured out that entire pitcher of nasty lemonade, and we're heading on down to try and do it again. Now they're going to try and, get me some detention and TANU, which is truck order not used, which will be some money. And if I can get a load out of Southern California tomorrow, well, all right, we'll keep on trucking. That's all you can do is keep on trucking, keep on moving. In the end, it all will work out if you just keep your chin up and keep trying to make lemonade. Funny story, here's the funniest story in all of that. I love me some lemonade, okay? I don't just use that as a saying. I really do love lemonade, especially when you pair it with some Jack Daniel's honey. Oh, that is so good. But without Jack Daniel's honey, regular Jack is good, or vodka is good. Lemonade is just such a perfect mixer. I love me some lemonade, even straight. Yeah, give me a lemonade. Lemonade, neat. But Malta? They don't have lemonade in Malta.